It's in the apple. For Nigeria before who? Hi, Ketseye for life. Can you please like for me and subscribe? Hello. Holy said I'm the first. A big shout out to Holy. Yeah, but Oli, you are not the first. It is this guy, Katseye. You can check your comments. There is a comment before you. You are the second. But it's writing. Oh, he's saying #1. Yeah, I'm saying #1. Katseye, why is the thing not recognizing you? Probably you didn't probably it's not a valid account. So if your account is not valid, probably it won't, Guys, I'm sorry. It's the weather. We are having storm here. You can hear we can literally hear the storm here. So I think it's the storm that is trying to end the life, taking people away and all of that. So I keep starting the life again. So please for the inconveniences that it might have caused. Yeah, a big shout out to Heather Fred. And a big shout out to, where's the second person? I think it's Melissa. Yeah, a big shout out to Melissa. Yeah, according to the hashtag. Yeah, I think it was Ollie. It's fine, Kiki. Thank you so much. Guys, please like and sub. Thank you. Hi, Melissa. Hope you're good. Yeah, we are back again, and we have less than 30 minutes. Yeah, we have about 25 minutes. Then we end the live. So let's drop our names. Yeah, let's drop our names. I'll give you a shout. You can also ask your questions if you have any. Drop your name. I thought you were never gonna live stream again. I will, because it's not yet time to leave. You know, I said I'll be staying for a very long time. Yeah, so it's, yeah, I will, but it's not yet time. So we just have about 25 minutes. I follow you. Oh, Shireen, thank you for following me. A big shout out to King Kid. I love your videos and you are so pretty. Thank you so much, gorgeous Melissa. Thank you. You're gorgeous and you're pretty as well. Thank you for following me. Thank you. My name is Ima. A big shout out to you, Ima. Clock it, Melissa. Besties for life. Yeah, you can guess. Do you want to guess my age? A big shout out to Lily. A big shout out to Scarlett. A big shout out to Buddy. Buddy. Yeah. No, I'm not 27. Yeah, guys, please, let's like and sub as we come in. Yeah, the network has taken a lot of people out, but We just have 25 minutes to go. And yeah, that will be all for today. Please, can you take the like up? If you have not subscribed, please like and sub. Thank you. A big shout out to Sharing. Lily, thank you, Lily, for subbing. A big shout out to Kira. Oda. Clark Kids. Big shout out to Natasha. A big shout out to Rehana. A big shout out to Mega. Or is it snoring in UK? Where is it snoring? Yeah, I love you too, Sherry. A big shout out to Cathy. Clock it, Melissa. Besties for life, my diva. I always join your life. Thank you. I know, Natasha. Thank you so much. Shout out to Miss Essay. A big shout out to Callum. It's in the UK. Wow. So it's snoring. I'm not seeing anything, no. Your name is so beautiful. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Ima. Yeah, a big shout out to Lexi. A big shout out to Lucas. Guys, please let's spam. Let's spam and clock it. Can you tap, 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 tap for me? A big shout out to Riza. A big shout out to Tricia. A big shout out to Riam. A big shout out to Paris. A big shout out to Refesintu. A big shout out to Daniela. Guys, please let's like and subscribe. Thank you. A big shout out to Sage. A big shout out to Afa Ahmed. Clock it. A big shout out to Abby. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Yun Chai. A big shout out to Luli. A big shout out to Regina. A big shout out to Sama. A big shout out to Hami. A big shout out to Laura. A big shout out to Lily Rose. A big shout out to Harry. A big shout out to Lucy. A big shout out to Alaya. A big shout out to Smith. A big shout out to Irav. Clock it. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's like drop your names. Drop your names. Like and sub. Drop your names. Let's go. A big shout out to Haley. A big shout out to Emily. A big shout out to Kamlin. A big shout out to Jayla. A big shout out to Hava. A big shout out to Elizabeth. A big shout out to Leah. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Walid. A big shout out to Milton. A big shout out to Mia. A big shout out to Renee Smile. A big shout out to Harper. Can we please like and sub? Thank you so much. Let's go like and sub. Your voice so beautiful. Clock it. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Mary. A big shout out to Maddie. A big shout out to Mia. Shout out to Paris. Shout out to Azura. Guys, I drop a video today. It's just a short video on my shorts. Guys, let's pop in, have a look. It's a beautiful video. It's just a fashion hack. Please drop your comments and likes. Let me see. Let me know you've seen it and you've watched it. It's just a short video, a fashion hack for today. Please, I always drop videos every day. I make videos every day. I post every day. Aside going live, I'm a YouTube streamer, and I also create content and I drop videos every day. I go live every day as well. Do you have an iPhone? Yes, I do. A big shout out to Walid and Amro. A big shout out to Sienna. A big shout out to Mary. A big shout out to Isabella. A big shout out to Carty. A big shout out to Autumn. A big shout out to Lamia. Clock it. Baddies, my divas. Guys, please let's go like and sub. Let's go. A big shout out to Evie. A big shout out to Kayla. A big shout out to Leon. A big shout out to Katie. A big shout out to Tilly. A big shout out to you are the diva, you are Melissa as well. A big shout out to Mark Kenzie. Hi dear, hope you're good. You a big shout out to a big shout out to Lloyd. A big shout out to Hansim. I'm big fan. You're so kind. Thank you, Bubbles. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Kami. A big shout out to ZB. Yeah, Kennedy, love you too. Thank you. A big shout out to Kennedy. You're really pretty. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Evie. Shout out to Noah. A big shout out to Madeline. A big shout out to Aisha. Big shout out to Mahili. A big shout out to Menya. Big shout out to Mari. A big shout out to Mila. Big shout out to Taylor. Big shout out to TZ. A big shout out to Roro. A big shout out to Brianna. Please let us all like and sub. Yeah. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, I know you guys are happy. I also need to be happy as well. Can we like and sub? Thank you. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. I love you guys. A big shout out to Angel. A big shout out to Yunchai. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Mandeline. A big shout out to Tishiao. A big shout to Angelina, Anglina. A big shout to Mel. Big shout to Hubby. A big shout to Nikki, Nene. Clock it. Let's go. A big shout to Nick Nick. A big shout to Naomi. A big shout to Hafsat. A big shout to Michelle. A big shout to Marty. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Tamika. Shout out to Esmai. Hi, 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 you're pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bessie, a big shout out to Bessie. Please drop your names. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Just drop your names, okay? You like and you sub, okay? Thank you. Like and sub for me. After that, just keep dropping your name. If I haven't called your name, please don't give up. Just keep dropping your name. I will definitely do, okay? For those that haven't sub, please sub. If you haven't like, please like. Drop your names as much as possible, okay? Let's go, guys. A big shout out to Handy. I love you too. I love you guys. Just drop your names. Let it flow. Let it flow. A big shout out to TZ. A big shout out to Kyla. A big shout out to Shirley. A big shout out to Daisy. Darcy. A big shout out to Annabelle. A big shout out to Adi. A big shout out to JJ. A big shout out to Dudona. A big shout out to Mahi. A big shout out to Unjel. A big shout out to Haya. A big shout out to Oliver. You are the best. You are the best as well. Clock it. A big shout out to Adele. A big shout out to Ashley. A big shout out to Lauren. A big shout out to Lassie. Shout out to Lena. Shout out to Natalie. Shout out to Daisy. Shout out to Cara. Shout out to Haida. Shout out to Fire. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to Hima. Shout out to Haya. Yeah, you're welcome. Shout out to Gracie. Shout out to Savannah. Shout out to Haley. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Lauren. Yippee! Guys, please, I need 40 likes. Guys, please, let's go like. Let's turn it to, 40. Let's go, let's go. Please, I need people to like for me and to sub. Please, guys, if you like what I'm doing, and I'm happy doing it, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Let's go. And don't forget to drop your name. A big shout out to Kenzie. A big shout out to Jacob. A big shout out to Adrian. Big shout out to Nikki. Big shout out to Yasmin. Big shout out to Ariela. Big shout out to Manat. Big shout out to Linda. Big shout out to Marcos. Big shout out to Charlie. Big shout out to Moise. Big shout out to Aisha. Big shout out to Linley. Big shout out to Millie. Shout out to Clara. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Eric. You make my day so much better for all your efforts. No worries. Anytime. Guys, please let's go like. Please let's go like and sub. Thank you so much. Guys, please like and sub. Thank you so much. I also drop my videos every day. Yeah, I create content. Please, you can always have a look. Drop a lovely comment for me to bless my day, to make me happy, and also like the video. Okay, it's just a short video. Okay, yeah, it's just a fashion hack. Thank you. You can go have a look. You're the best. Oh, you're the best as well. Oh, now you're gonna make me cry. Thank you so much. I love you all. Please, let's drop our names. We shouldn't forget to like, please. Oh, you see that my voice is changing. I'm almost crying. If I cry, just know I won't be able to give you a shout out anymore. So let's keep going. A big shout out to Idaya. Thank you for subbing. I love you. Please, if you are subbing, thank you. Just know that I love you and I'm saying thank you from my heart. Okay? A big shout out to Coles and Bees. A big shout out to Thompson. A big shout out to Rochelle. A big shout out to Inda. A big shout out to Lexi Lee. A big shout out to Faye. A big shout out to Tandy.
You know what these
A big shout out to Lucas. Shout out to Ashian. Shout out to Fatima. Shout out to Candy. Show us the paper. Here's the paper. Some people are doubting me. Yeah, we started from here today. Yeah, this is the paper. Someone said show. We started from here today. We are here, and now we are here now. So when I say drop your names, clock in. Let's go. A big shout out to Ken John. A big shout out to Daniela. A big shout out to Humbry. A big shout out to Merci. Merci beaucoup. Ça va? A big shout out to Lishan. A big shout out to Leah. A big shout out to Galilia. A big shout out to Joshua. A big shout out to Sarah. A big shout out to Layo. A big shout out to Fan. A big shout out to Krish. A big shout out to you, pretty. Thank you. I saw my name is Francisca. A big shout out to Franciscan. A big shout out to Grace. Shout out to Samantha. Shout out to Rivka. Shout out to Trevor. Hi, Mia. It's me. Hi. Shout out to Mia. Hope you're good, dear. Shout out to Genevieve. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Harry. Shout out to Brain. Shout out to Trina. You have a beautiful voice. Oh, thank you so much, Daniela. Thank you, girl. Big shout out to Kutu. Shout out to Jake. Shout out to Magdalena. You're pretty. Thank you so much, Jazz. All the way from Uganda. Clock it. Hi, girl. Hope you're good. Yeah. Also, guys, don't forget to tell your friends in the UK, your friends in America, your friends in Africa, your friends in Asia. Yeah, tell them to join. It's a lovely channel. Thank you. Tell your friends in Uganda. Tell them to join, okay? Hello, Isa. I'm from the UK. Oh, a big shout out to Isa from the UK. Super pretty and cute. Thank you. A big shout out to Nina. A big shout out to Oscar. A big shout out to Hala Gema. A big shout out to Christine. A big shout out to Karen. A big shout out to Connie. A big shout out to Leah. A big shout out to Lillian. A big shout out to Helen. Big shout out to Marcin. Big shout out to Joy. A big shout out to Daron. A big shout out to Sammy. A big shout out to Devon. A big shout out to Caleb. Shout out to Brocky. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Jama. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Simon. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Scott. Shout out to Alexi. Shout out to Cassidy. Shout out to Mimi. Shout out to Adi. Shout out to Janice. Shout out to Emily. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Cassie. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Faye. Shout out to Rawad. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Shout out to Ariana. Shout out to Brock. Shout out to Abib. Shout out to